Well, hey there, this is Jerry, and I'm bringing you another episode of What's Broke Today. And our project today is the 425 John Deere I did the water pump on. I did the water pump repair. Was chasing down the problem with the starting, because when I first dropped it off, the battery was basically dead. I tried to charge it, it wouldn't go, so I separated out all the starting stuff from the water pump video. So just stay tuned and I'll show you what I did to get this thing running. Well, I was getting ready to start this, and of course I filled the coolant up, and I put my voltmeter on the battery, and it had 9 volts. I charged it for a while, and as soon as I'd hit the key to try and start it, it'd go down to like 4 volts. So I ran up and got a new battery. So let's see what we get. Now that ain't a good sign. Luckily I got my voltmeter handy. So let's see, let's put that on DC volts. Let's stick that in our red wire, that excite wire for the solenoid, and then let's go. We'll touch a ground on the engine, and only getting about 8 volts to the solenoid. So I think let's go ahead and put a hard start kit on this, and also let me go make one up, and I'll be back and we'll put it on in a little bit. Now I got started with my hard start kit, and what I did is I've actually got, it's a waterproof relay. That these are like a replacement for grasshopper mowers. And what I did was, when I look at the terminals in here, I got the 3 here, here, and here that run this way, and then the other 2 run the other direction. Well, I already know that these 2 are the 2 that activate my relay, and I know that the center bottom one, which of course is our red wire, is our source for our power coming in. And then when the relay is deactivated, the closest one, or where the yellow wire I cut off was at, it jumps across these when the relay is not powered up. As soon as I power up the relay, it'll jump from this one to this top one, which is our blue wire. So what I've got is that red one, which is going to have to go down here on the battery cable. So I'll just take this off. I'm just going to slide the battery cable up and actually put it underneath. I'll put the battery cable back on, and we'll put our nut on. And if you need more details on my relay deal, I actually have a video of me putting one of these on a Craftsman with a Kohler engine. Okay, so hook the red one, gets positive 12 volts all the time. And of course our red one that's on the starter for activating the solenoid, it comes off, and it's going to go, I'm going to plug it onto my white wire, and that fits in there good and tight. And of course where the power comes in through the red, when I activate the solenoid, it'll come out through the blue, so it's got to go down on the starter. And then we've got to take our black wire, which I didn't have any small black wire, so I extended it with white, and that's got to go to ground. So now when I turn the key, it's going to activate the relay, which is then going to send the 12 volts from the stud straight to the starter without going through all the safety switches and that circuit board that makes up our ignition switch on this John Deere, because we don't need to go through all that. So I'm just going to pull that off, stick it on there. I'm gonna unplug that for a second. But then I plug my relay on, and then I'm just going to come back here and zip tie it to the harness. Zip tie on, and then when I get my meter out, I'll put my red wire in here. I'll go there, and of course when I turn the key you should hear this click, which it don't make much noise, but so I hit that. I got my 12.7 volts. Get that out of the way. I can bring that back around and plug it in. Bring that up and cover up our wires again. Okay. I don't know if this will fire up right away because it's been sitting for quite a while. So let's see. But you notice how much quicker it starts cranking. I was just assuming there's gas in it. Yeah, there's gas in it, but it sure don't smell very good. I'm gonna go get a can of carb spray. Okay, went and got brake clean because I didn't have any carb spray, but make sure you read your can because not all of it's flammable. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull the spark plugs out because there's stuff from the coolant up in the air cleaner, and I almost bet that the plugs are fouled. Let's pull out spark plug number here, 1, and oh yeah, that don't look very good. That's oh yeah, and see that's the other side. Even if it's getting fuel, it wasn't going to run. So let me run up to my stock room and see if I got any of these. I got my spark plugs put in. Left the air filter off because it's soaked with oil. I got one of them on order because this thing's old enough. Nobody had one of those in stock, so the key now is, will it run? Jump cat, you're not going to like this. May have to get in the carburetor. So we got something going on in the carburetor that I think I'll go get some tools and pull the top off here. Alright, so I took the top off of all the covering off the carburetor, and this is the fuel cutoff or after fire solenoid that goes on the carburetor, and this screws into the side. Basically, when you shut the key off, it blocks all the fuel. So even say if this was running, you unplug the wire, this would kill the motor because it shut the fuel off. And of course, I put this on my battery, which the solenoid's always, which it don't matter. I put the solenoid on negative, and then I touch this to the battery, and nothing. Now if I push it up again in there, it'll go up in, but as soon as I let go and re-hit it, it pops out and stays out. So what I did is I went and got one off of a carburetor for a Kohler, and if you watch, when I hit it, that's what my one on this mower should be doing. As soon as I hit power, it should suck it up in there. Now, needless to say, I don't have another one of these, so to get by for now, I'm going to take my cutters and we're just going to cut the tip off of it. And then which this allows it to run, but the proper thing is we need to get a new one of these solenoids. And this just screws into the carburetor in the front. But for now, I just put it back in the hole because I got to get a new one, and I know Paul is the kind of guy that's going to want that right. So then we'll put this little air cleaner bracket also holds the carburetor on, so we're just going to put this back on, and then it should fire up. Now needless to say, it probably does need new fuel because what came out of that carburetor really stunk. Put that back on there, and then this has an electric fuel pump, so just turn it on, let it run for a little bit, and fill her back up with fuel. Okay, that's more like it. And I'll keep an eye out. I'm going to watch underneath there, make sure it don't start dripping fuel, because if it does, that's a bad thing. Then we're oil, and so far that doesn't look bad, but I'm going to have to get this outside because I'm in the barn, so I can't really run it in here. But I'm going to put the top of the air cleaner back on, and I'm actually going to go rob an air filter out of something else temporary, and then I'll have to get this out and take it for a drive. Well, I hope you found this episode on the 425 John Deere to be helpful. That I've shooting my beginning and my ending basically at the same time because I'd already done all the work. I just had to make a starter and an ender for this video. So I do appreciate you watching, and just stay tuned because we'll tell them what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Because the spring season, sun's out, it's getting warm, stuff's starting to come in. So I have all kinds of things to film and post on to YouTube. So thanks for watching.